Hey everyone, welcome to my JavaScript course. In this course, we are covering everything in depth about JavaScript, how we can build applications using it, and how we can use it to add interactivity to our web applications. In the previous video, we set it up our environment for running JavaScript code. We used Node.js for that, and we logged a simple message, hello JavaScript, and your name maybe using JavaScript language and Node.js. In this video, we will learn about these three concepts, more like keywords in JavaScript language, where, let, and const. So, what are these and why even we have to learn about them? So, whenever we use a language, we have to store data somewhere. Like when you use Google, Google stores your data in and your name, email, etc., password in their database somewhere. In a similar way, when we create an application, we have to store our data somewhere. This is when we store data using var, let, const in this code. We will store it in memory. In memory means our RAM. RAM is temporary, as you all know, but it is fast. And database, and when we store anything in database is when we store something in database, it is permanently stored there, and it is used in disk storage. So it is not that fast, but storage is persistent there. So we will learn about where, let, and const in this video. So let's learn by doing how we can use them in our applications. So for starting out, let's write a variable using let, maybe age, let age equal to 18. So we return age, and using where we can write the same thing, 18. But two variables cannot be the same name, so we can use age 1. So they are two variables now, and we can also declare a variable using const keyword. Age, we can name it age 2. So there are now three variables named age 1, age 2, and age. So what is the difference between them? Can we not write where or maybe let and const directly and not use these two, or we can use where or not use let and const? So there are some differences between them. When we see in normally we can see where means variable. Where if something is variable, it means it can change. If we see it in a normal English, it can change. That means it is variable. And and const means constant. So if something is constant and cannot change, that means it is constant. So this variable will not change once it is defined. This is the main difference between them. So, and what is this let? This word is not saying anything. What does it do, or how I can use it? So, in older times when JavaScript was newly introduced, there was some problems in variable declarations and usage of variables uh, in in scope of our application. For example, if we define a function, you maybe not know about function, but this is for just an example. If we define a function, maybe name it sum, and this. these curly braces are scope. Means if we declare it inside it, it should be used inside this. It should not be used outside of this. Or if we declare it outside, this should be used inside. But matlab, if we declare it outside of our application, then it will be used in further downward in hierarchy of our scope in our application. For example, if we declare a variable, yeah, if we declare a if statement here, we use the if statement here, we are not written anything, so let's hit true. So there are now two scopes. First scope is this, second scope is this. So when we declare a variable in this scope, it should be used inside further downwards in hierarchy in scope, not upwards in hierarchy in scope. So when I declare it here, it should not be changed or anything outside of this scope. So this is the main use of scope in our programming languages. And so in older times, this was the problem in JavaScript language that scope was never worked perfectly in JavaScript. We can write variable, so there was no let at that time. So when we write a var named something like we declared a variable named age equal to 18, we can change it anywhere. We can change it another in our maybe we can write in another file named variable age1 and it will be changed, and it will be changed everywhere then. So this is a very serious concern and issue in our application that makes writing application tougher for us developers. So that is why let was introduced and it had everything fixed about these scopes. So for now, if you are learning it right now, you don't have to use variables anywhere. You just have to use let instead of them. Okay. You just have to learn about them to their use. Maybe in some legacy game code bases it can exist, but for now we use only let and const in our new code bases. So let's take some examples and check how these let and const work. So as I said, const cannot be changed. So let's check if it can change or not change. So if we write age to and try to change it to 20, so there are no errors. But if we try to log it, age 2, what could happen? Let's see. First we have to change our directory into our day 2 and mode preferred as you can see. Assignment to constant variable type error. So this is our error when we try to assign another value to a constant variable. As it is constant, constant means it cannot change. But we are trying to change it. So Node.js is giving us an error. And Node.js is a very dynamic language and sorry, no Node.js, JavaScript. JavaScript is a very dynamic language. If you can say, like, if you use something like C++ or Java, you have to statically or specifically write the types of your variables when you declare them in your code base. But here, everything is done dynamically, and and as you can see, you are not even getting errors here when you are trying to change a constant variable here. And for to fix this, TypeScript was introduced to fix these things, and we will learn in our we will learn TypeScript in our other courses. So okay, so in a similar way, we can try to change the value of age in our code base, and let's see what happens. So if we write age, sorry, age equal to 20, and if we try to log this now, sorry. Okay, let's do another thing. We can use this. Okay, age equal to this will answer the method. I was trying to use table component, but this will get ahead also with the method. So we are trying to change the value of this let variable within our code base. First it was declared as 18, now we are changing it to 20. Let's see what happens. It is changed to. So this was the main difference between these two keywords. What are keywords? Main keywords. Keywords are words that are assigned in a to certain class. These are some words like const, let. These are assigned in our language when it was written, and these Node.js or anything that we use to compile the language or run the your files language or your code. These are some words that are predefined in our language compiler to check if to run these files. So this was all about const and let more keywords. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you.